can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
Howdy friends, it's Frightman, and I'd like you to meet Chucky, the 3.5-foot animated doll from the Home Depot Halloween season 2024. In this video, I'm going to give you a fair and honest review. If you would like to learn how to put Chucky together, I have a video for that. If you want to learn how to put Chucky back in the box, I have a video for that. But for now, let's take a look at his demo and have a fair and honest review.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it. I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
Okay, so the first thing, let's talk about the assembly. The assembly on Chucky is very, very easy. There's just not a lot of parts because he's so small. Most of it comes already built, which is going to be the body cavity, the shoulder, the chest, and the arm sockets. So really it's just a matter of putting him on his base, putting his legs on, dropping the centerpiece here onto him, putting on his arms, dropping on that head. That's about it. So it was really, really easy. His little cute good guy's costume is made really well. It's a nice material. It's not a cheap Halloween prop material. It's real material. I just love that he has these little suspenders. The clothes are all Velcro, so they're very easy to get on and off, and there is a zipper in the back. Now, his clothing does have a lot of wrinkles in it, and I do plan to go ahead and take them back off and do some ironing on them, but I wanted to get this video out as quick as possible. So one of the things that I didn't care for, and maybe it's just my Chucky, is he had a couple strands of hair here that were just coming down, and they would just fall straight into his face. I don't know if they're all going to be like that or if that was just mine. I didn't like it. I took a pair of scissors and I gave him a little haircut, and I think he looks a lot better with his haircut. So one thing that you will notice, or maybe not, is that he does tend to look down. So he looks down a little bit like this. I'm okay with that. So when you're displaying something like this, you're not going to put it on the ground, or at least I would not put this guy on the ground. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to use it for Halloween. It may just become a permanent piece in my bedroom probably, or maybe in the living room. But I'm thinking about building a shelf and just keeping him out as a permanent piece. And by doing that, I'll actually be raising him up. So I won't make him at this level. I'll raise him up a little higher. So if he does tend to look down a little at you, that's okay, because he would be at a higher level. So obviously the coolest piece of Chucky here is going to be that face. So you can see that those eyes can blink, they can move left to right. The cheeks have a nice little dimple that comes into him whenever he smiles, and of course his mouth is chattering to his voice track. Now let's talk about that voice track. I am not happy with the voice track. I think they could have done better. The sound quality is really good. The volume is really good, but it's like two phrases. If you watched at the beginning of this video, you heard all of the phrases. So I think that they could have probably added maybe 4 or 5 phrases just to give him a little bit of variety. To hear the same 2 things over and over and over, it gets monotonous real quick. So yeah, I think a little extra add on the audio track would have been a nice touch. I did also notice that the mouth itself doesn't stay in sync with the audio really well. There's some parts to it that yeah, it looks pretty good. And then there's other parts like, that could have been done better. So if there was anything that I personally was going to change, if I was building this guy out, I would have given him more phrases and I would have put a little bit more time into syncing that mouth to the audio. But all in all, I'm pretty darn happy with him. Now, Chucky was $199 and I was one of the lucky few, I think 500 people that were able to get him. It was kind of like taking care of a baby bird to get him. I had my alarm set for every hour and I would get up, log into Home Depot, see if any activity was going on. I happened to get super lucky and I caught it right when he was released and I was able to get my Chucky. Chucky sold out in about 10 minutes or less, and that's no joke. So he is coming to the stores from what I understand, and he's going to be a hot item just because it's Chucky. Plus it's this really cute size and he's got all that really cool servo animation going on in the face. So he's not going to be around for long. So if you're interested in getting one of these, I would tell you to go and sign up at the Home Depot. You can go and find them on the site right now and you can say notify me when they get in. And I would also start frequenting your store. Maybe not harassing the store, but frequenting the store. Maybe talking to somebody in the seasonal department to ask them when do they think they're going to get their Halloween in and start putting it out. Probably another month or so, I think, before it hits the stores. But again, if you want him and you don't get him right whenever he comes out, I don't think you're going to get him. Of course, talking about Chucky's motion, so he does have the side to side motion. He does have that stabbing motion going all over with that left arm, with that knife over there. And looking at that head, it does have the ability to go kind of back and forth as well as left to right. So he can kind of do this motion and he can do this motion. So let me just trigger it again and see if I see any other motions besides the smile and the dimples, which is just adorable, and the eye movement and the blinks. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I missed on the head. So it does actually look like it's fully articulated. So it's capable of doing this, really. So there's some slight movements to where it's not just forward or back or left or right. There's a little tilt going on to the left and to the right. So outside of talking about his build and talking about how good his clothes are and his movements, there's not a whole lot to say. I like him. I really, really do like you, Chucky. He's just adorable. And putting it together, it has all of the same parts that our large props have, but they're all miniature. The base even comes all together. And it's just adorable putting them together, looking at all these things that, you know, are normally like, I don't know, 3 feet by 2 feet or something like that. And on little Chucky, they're like 1 foot by 8 inches or something like that. So yeah, it's a really short video because there's just not a ton to say about Chucky. He's adorable. It's Chucky. I needed him. You need him. Make sure you don't miss out on him. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you do. Consider subscribing. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.